You've probably clicked on this video because you want to get rid of our common enemy, the almighty stress. And yeah, this is not that type of typical clickbaity video. I will serve you practical tips and actionable steps that you can apply even now, and over time pretty much get rid of all the symptoms of stress. So without further ado, let's get right into the secrets of stress management. Hey there, kings and queens! My name is the Improvement King, and I am glad that you clicked on this video. In this video, I will introduce you to 5 best stress-relieving methods and habits. But before we dive deep into improving our stress management, let's start by understanding what stress really is. Stress affects everyone. The important thing is to learn to manage it so that our stress levels don't become overwhelming. Stress is a natural response, designed to protect us from threats. But in today's fast-paced world, it can sometimes overwhelm us. Recognizing the signs of stress is crucial. It can manifest in various ways, from physical symptoms to emotional reactions. Typical physical symptoms of stress are muscle tension, sweaty palms, or difficulty sleeping. On the other hand, typical emotional reactions are worries, fear, fatigue, or, for example, it can be hard for you, my fellow kings and queens, to concentrate when feeling stressed. We conquer stress in our everyday lives. Stress is an aspect of our other common enemy, anxiety. Another aspect of anxiety are worries. They are very similar to stress, but worries are just thoughts, and stress, on the other hand, causes physical and emotional symptoms that I mentioned before. So now that we know the almighty stress and its symptoms better, we can start learning the stress management skills. But remember, kings and queens, managing stress isn't a one-size-fits-all system. Depending on the type and frequency of your stress management regimen will look vastly different from another individual's. But it's helpful to have a toolkit of stress management techniques on hand if you need them. In my opinion, the best way to relieve stress is physical exercise. Even going out to get some fresh air and doing some light physical exercise, like walking to the shops, can help. Take time to wind down. Take time to relax. Saying, "I just can't take the time off," or "I don't have time to exercise" is no use if you are forced to take time off later because of health issues. Striking a balance between responsibility to others and responsibility to yourself is important in reducing stress levels. If you're currently physically inactive, start with easier activities such as walking or biking. Choosing an activity that you enjoy may help increase your chances of sticking to it in the long term. My actionable step for this stress-relieving method is to go for a 10-minute walk. I think that's the easiest way for a quick temporary self-relief. You may think to yourself now, kings and queens, that this won't help you, but trust me, going for walks or runs or an outdoor or even an indoor bike ride has helped the king a lot with his anxiety and stress. Another great way to manage stress is to meditate and be mindful. Many of you kings and queens probably don't know about mindfulness. I can guarantee you that I am going to create a video about mindfulness later on, but I will briefly explain it now so you at least have a clue. Mindfulness means living in the present moment. Essentially, it means being intentionally more aware and awake to each moment, and being fully engaged in what is happening in one's surroundings with acceptance and without judgment. You can get more mindful by practicing mindfulness meditation. Now, kings and queens, I know that some of you are not familiar with meditation or don't know how to practice it. So here is my actionable step. Practice a 5-minute mindfulness meditation. The concept of meditation is basically to be aware of the present moment, with no thoughts in your head, and only focusing on one particular thing, the most common being the breath. If some thoughts wander into your head, simply acknowledge them and return to focusing on the breath. It's really that simple, queens and kings. So let's move on to the third method. Your diet affects every aspect of your health, including your mental health. A 2022 research suggests that people who follow a diet high in ultra-processed foods and added sugar are more likely to experience higher stress levels. So, the third method of reducing stress is eating clean. Being chronically stressed may lead to you overeating and reaching for junk food, which may harm your overall health and mood. Not eating enough nutrient-dense whole foods may increase your risk of deficiencies in nutrients essential for regulating stress and mood, such as magnesium and B vitamins. Minimizing your intake of highly processed foods and beverages and eating more whole foods can help ensure your body is properly nourished. In turn, this may improve your resilience to stress. Whole food options include nuts, fish beans, fruit, etc. My actionable step for you is to eat your favorite fruit every day. Now, I know you might say that this advice won't really fix your diet, but you have to start somewhere. Developing a healthy eating habit is certainly not easy. But to develop it, you gotta start small so you don't get demotivated at the beginning because the task seems hard for you and you haven't developed the discipline to do it consistently yet. But believe me, if you develop a good eating habit, it will have a massive impact on your physical and mental health as well. By the way, kings and queens, why don't you make the king happy by hitting that like and subscribe button? That will really help our kingdom grow and our wisdom will be able to reach more people. You can also ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Now let's move on with the video. Another great stress management method is spending less time on your phone and on social media. I will talk a bit more about this topic because I think the actionable step in this section is really important for you. While smartphones, computers, and tablets are often necessary, using them too often may increase your stress levels. Modern social media networks such as TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube increase your stress and anxiety levels by a ton. I am sure a lot of you young kings are seeing these fitness models on Instagram and thinking that your physique is terrible compared to their often photoshopped bodies in the perfect lighting that you see online. Or you spend endless hours scrolling on TikTok watching terrible short-form content. I think this is the #1 thing to reduce, if not completely avoid, to relieve stress and live a more meaningful and happy life. So my actionable step for you is to set a limit or even delete Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And of course, kings and queens, if you use Snapchat, delete that right now. It won't serve you anything valuable. But let's get back to our actionable step. You've got plenty of apps in which you can set a maximum usage time for selected apps. For example, I use the app called Stay Free. I advise you to set a maximum of 30 minutes a day on YouTube, but there are a lot of good, helpful, and knowledgeable videos there that you can benefit from and learn something from. I think it's also beneficial for you to take notes from these types of videos. I advise you to use only Instagram on the web, use it only for chatting, and delete the app from your phone. And regarding TikTok, I would delete it because it doesn't have any real use for you other than wasting your time. The last stress-relieving method that we will cover in this video is gratitude journaling. A gratitude journal is created through the practice or habit of regularly noticing the things you're grateful for and writing them down. Gratitude journaling is often encouraged to be done first thing in the morning when our minds are clearer and to help us start the day on a positive note, or at the end of each day to induce contentment and reflection on the day from a place of gratitude rather than regret. Practicing gratitude isn't just a logical thinking task. It should also be an emotional and physiological experience. Writing your feelings down is key, along with allowing the positive feelings and emotions to be experienced in your body. Gratitude journaling has plenty of benefits, such as lifting your mood, reducing anxiety and stress, promoting feelings of contentment and satisfaction, building better relationships, reducing cortisol levels, and of course, relieving stress and anxiety. So here is my actionable step for gratitude journaling. As soon as you wake up, write one thing you are genuinely grateful for. It can be your parents, your best friend, or even something really simple, like being grateful for the tree behind your window. As you develop and strengthen this habit, you can start writing more and more things that you are grateful for over time. And there you have it, folks, some practical tips and strategies for managing stress in your daily life. I hope you found this video helpful and that you can incorporate these techniques into your routine. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What are your favorite stress management techniques? Have you tried any of the strategies mentioned in this video? Share your thoughts and experiences so we can create a supportive community where we can all learn from each other. Also, consider following us on Instagram and TikTok, where we post motivational and self-improvement content too. If this video helped you, you can send it to somebody who has problems with stress management. I hope this video will help them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in our next video. Keep shining improvement, kings and queens!